All right, ambassadors. It is now time for math. Today for math, we're going to be coming from page 293 and 294. Again, I am well aware that you all are unable to see the numbers at the bottom of the page. So let's just look for the math page that says elapsed time. Let's look for the math page that says elapsed time. Let's go ahead and look for the math page that says elapsed time. Again, look for the math page that says elapsed time. All right, let's look at elapsed time. The objective for this page is to determine how much time has passed from start to finish. The objective is to tell or determine how much time has passed from start to finish. From start to finish. Your vocabulary words are half hour, quarter hour, and hour. Again, your vocabulary words are half hour, quarter hour, and hour. Explore. Lisa started reading at 8 o'clock p.m. She finished reading at 8:30 p.m. For how long did she read? Let's read the cloud. It says, remember, there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. The minute hand moves around the clock once in 1 hour. So if she started reading at 8 o'clock and finished reading at 8:30, that means that she read for how many minutes? She read for 30 minutes. It says there are 30 minutes in a half hour. There are 15 minutes in a quarter hour. So I made a little visual for you all for your half hour. So of course, for your quarter hour. So of course your half hour would be to divide the clock in half. Of course, your half hour will be to divide the clock in half. So when you divide the clock in half, you have 1 to the number 6 on this side of 1/2, and then you have 7 to the number 12 on this half. So that means on this half, on 1/2, 30 minutes has passed, and then on the other half, another 30 minutes has passed, which equals to 1 hour. And then quarter hour would be to divide your clock into 4 parts, which I have done here. I have evenly divided my clock into 4 parts. So when I evenly divide my clock into 4 parts, that means that 3 of the numbers are on each quarter or are in each block out of me dividing it into 4 pieces. Also, when you think of quarter, or when you think of any type of quarter, in order to equal it up to a whole value or to a dollar, you need how many quarters? You need 4 quarters. So anytime you think about quarters or quart, it's normally 4. It's normally divided into 4, or it's normally 4, or normally needs 4 to equal to a certain value. So quarter hour is 15 minutes. So all I do is divide my clock into 4 pieces, and 3 numbers out of each side of my clock equals to 15 minutes. So now with that in mind, since we now know what a half hour is, and since we now know what a quarter hour is, now we're going to connect. It says use a clock. Today we have a clock. It says use a clock. Right, how much time has passed? So number 1 says that it started at 10:45 and then it ended at 1:15. So it started at 10:55 and ended at 1:15. So first, let's put our clock on 10:45, sorry. We're going to put our clock on 10:45. So let's roll our clock to 10:45. Okay, so right now my clock is reading 10 o'clock, but I needed to go to 10:45. So I'm going 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. All right, so now my clock is reading 10:45. So I need to find out or realize how much time has passed between 10:45 and 11:15. So I am aware that 11:15 is way beyond 10:45. So I need to count and see how many minutes pass from 10:45 until it gets me to 11:15. So right now I'm at 10:45, but I'm trying to get to 11:15. So let's go. If I add 5 to it, that's 5. Another 5, that's 10. That's 15. It's 11 o'clock, but I need to get to 11:15. So right now I'm at 11:05. That is how many minutes? That's 20. Good job. Right now I'm at 11:10. That's how many minutes? That is 25 minutes. And then I am at 11:15. Sorry, my blue hand is a little lazy. I'm at 11:15. And how many minutes is that? What is 25 plus 5? That's 30 minutes. So now I want you on the line beside number 1 to put 30 minutes. Again, 30 minutes has passed from 10:45 to 11:15. Remember, we started here. We started at 10:45, but I needed to go to 11:15. So in order to go to 11:15, I had to add 30 minutes to my 10:45. So I'm adding 1 5. That's 10. I'm adding another 5. That's 15. I'm sorry, that's 10. I'm adding another 5. That's 15. I'm adding another 5. That's 20. I'm adding another 5. That's 25. And I'm adding my last 5 to make it 11:15, and that is 30. So again, on the line, you're going to write 30 minutes. Now let's look at number 2. Number 2 says that the starting time is at 2:15 p.m. and the finishing time is at 2:30 p.m. So now let's get our clock on 2:15. I have to now move my clock to 2:15. Right now my clock says 1 o'clock. Now my clock says 2 o'clock, but I needed to say 2:15. So I'm going here. My clock now reads 2:15. But I'm trying to see how much time has passed from 2:15 to 2:30. So let's see. Right now I'm at 2:15. If I add 1 5, I'll be at 2:20. I'll be at 2:20. But what am I trying to get to? I'm trying to get to 2:30. So let's add another 5. Right now I'm at 2:25. And that's only been 10 minutes. Right now I'm at 2:25 and that's only been 10 minutes. But what am I trying to get to? I'm trying to get to 2:30. So let's add another 5. Right now I'm at 2:30, but how many minutes has passed? If I was at 10 here, and it was 2:25, and then I add another 5, so now it's 2:30. What's 5 plus 10? 15. So on the line for number 2, you're going to write 15 minutes. 15 minutes. So again, for number 1, we started at 10:45. We started at 10:45 and we finished at 11:15. And we realized that how many minutes had passed from 10:45 to 11:15? 30 minutes. And then for number 2, we started at 2:15. But we started at 2:15 and we finished at 2:30. And we realized that how many minutes had passed? 15 minutes. Great job. So you're going to keep that same concept going. Go ahead and flip the paper over. You're going to keep that same concept going on the back for numbers 1 through 3. But now let's look at number 4. Let's look at number 4. So number 4 says, write the time, then circle AM or PM. Chad's trumpet lesson begins at 4:30 p.m. It lasts for 45 minutes. At what time does his lesson end? So if it starts at 4:30 and it lasts for 45 minutes, you're going to count on the start clock from 4:30 and add 45 minutes to 4:30. And then you're going to tell me at what time does his lesson end. And then you have to pay attention to whether it's AM or PM. Remember, it started at 4:30 p.m. and it only went by 45 minutes. So the PM or AM shouldn't change. So we're already aware that it's still PM when the lesson is over. But now I want you to tell me, what time would it be if 45 minutes passed and his starting time, or his class starting time, is at 4:30. Again, you're going to keep the same concept up with the numbers 1 through 3 as you did on the front. And then for number 4, it's a bit of a challenge, but I know that you all can do this. So I hope you all enjoy math today, and see you all in Bible.